Dagoth Ur welcomes you, Nerevar. Here is a tier list of false gods. I mean the Daedric Princes, of course. They claim to be gods, and some of them are actively trying to destroy me. What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I am a god, an actual god. In any case, I'm getting distracted. Let's begin. Well, Azura separated the Dunmer from all other elves by making us into gray skins. She sent you, Nerevar, here to defeat me. How can you defeat a god? It doesn't make a lick of sense. I would give her the D tier, but I used to worship her back in the day. However, the way she acts like a self-righteous know-it-all and keeps pestering everyone with her annoying prophecies really gets on my nerves. She's a C tier, if you know what I mean. Next is Boethiah. She also separated the Chimere, now Dunmer, from the rest of the elves. Like with Azura, I used to worship Boethiah once, but the days of simping for the Daedra are over. Also, I really don't appreciate her warrior god image. It is barbaric and brutish. Her quarrel with Molag is none of my business. Off to the C tier. Now, moving on to Clavicus Vile, who has caused a lot more chaos than you might think. He keeps losing Umbra, which ends up possessing someone, his dog Barbas runs away, and an infernal city starts flying across Tamriel because he just can't control his own realm. D tier behavior. There are many things that I can say about Hermaeus Mora. He is an all-knowing creature who can delve into Lovecraftian truths. His realm, the Apocrypha, is a dull place full of tentacles and books you can't read. I mean, it could work if your character or companion is an anime girl. Also, he ripped off my creature designs. Why do his seekers look like my ascended sleepers? That is blatant plagiarism. That being said, though, he does belong in B tier for being quite influential. Hircine is obsessed with his hunts and is probably one of the main gods that the Forsworn worship. He holds the biggest furry conventions in all of Mundus and Oblivion. That degenerate belongs in D tier and nowhere else. Let's go to Jyggalag. Or should I say, Giga-Chadlag. He was so powerful that the other Daedric Princes decided he was too much of a threat and conspired to turn him into Sheogorath, the mad god himself. He did try during the Grey March. He nearly destroyed the Shivering Isles and put an end to that horrible place. Unfortunately, he failed, so I only have to put him in A tier. Malacath, ha 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 ha. Okay, so Malacath, ha ha ha. We are not in grade school, Nerevar, stop it. D tier. Mehrunes Dagon, Prince of Destruction, who always fails to destroy anything of significance. Sure, he destroyed some city in the middle of nowhere in Cyrodiil. Doesn't change the fact that he was defeated at the height of his power by an avatar of Akatosh. Not even by Akatosh himself. I mean, seriously, how can you claim to be a god after this? This is not the last airbender. You're not Fire Lord Ozai. You are supposed to be a Daedric Prince. His whole realm is the embodiment of the floor is lava. Also, the lack of creativity in naming him Dagon and me Dagoth is really glaring. Although Mehrunes Razor can one-shot Alduin, so I will give him C tier. Mephala is kind of generic, to be honest. How many of these Daedric princes have the ability to scheme? Most of them, of course. They are Daedra. That's what they do. I guess the Morag Tong used to worship her, and they are a Dunmer organization. I will be generous and give her C tier.
A new hand touches the beacon.
No, I am not touching the beacon. No, you will not make me touch the beacon. D tier. Yes, Molag might have failed like Mehrunes Dagon, but hear me out on this. First of all, Cold Harbor seems like a very menacing and well-thought-out place. He created vampires, which are almost superhuman, and can live forever unless defeated by some hero. I mean, they almost took out the sun and destroyed everything. He really put an effort into trying to destroy Mundus, and guess what? He was never defeated by an avatar of a god, but it actually took an effort to destroy him. However, that only puts him a tier above Mehrunes Dagon. B tier! I think Namira would like some fava beans and a nice Chianti with her meal. D tier. No, I will not give you back the skeleton key, Nocturnal. Yes, I know I can level up my lockpicking skills, but no, I am still not going to give it back. Seriously, I don't have to worry about lockpicks anymore. It might be a minor inconvenience, but I am a picky god. D tier. Peryite is basically a small, deformed dragon that could be shattered into pieces by the Dragonborn's fart. That thing is diseased and vile. I would have put him in D tier if he didn't remind me a little of myself. I also want to spread the blight and corpus across Morrowind and potentially the rest of Nirn to project my power. His methods are more chaotic than mine. My goal is to drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire out of Morrowind, first and foremost. What he wants is just to spread disease everywhere, and I don't really understand what he really wants. C tier, and that's very generous. Sanguine is funny. I like a good laugh, Nerevar, and I really did like the Skyrim version of The Hangover. S tier, enough said. I despise Sheogorath. He puts me in these ridiculous situations with different types of Nerevars. One is a skooma-gulping Khajiit. One is an Argonian. A bunch of anime girls made an appearance. A Bosmer. Moist critical. Non-negotiable D tier.
Cheese!
You know what, Nerevar? It might be a bad idea to put him in D tier. Who knows what kinds of scenarios he will put me through. I am putting him in S tier, and I pray that he leaves me alone. Vaermina just makes you drink the Kool-Aid that sends you into the dream stride. I'd rather chug skooma all day than touch Vaermina's torpor. I mean, seriously, what is in that thing? How does she make that elixir? Have you ever thought about that, Nerevar? You don't go into a tavern and drink a random torpor from a Daedric Prince. I mean, you kind of do with Sanguine, but that's beyond the point. Yes, some of her quests might be interesting, but overall I think she is not a very exciting Daedric Prince. She belongs in the C tier, the same category as Azura, Boethiah, and others.
Lord Dagoth, I'm sorry to interrupt. I've been informed that the Daedric Princes have started a Twitter campaign against you. The hashtag #NotMyDagoth is trending on Twitter, and many of your sleepers have left to worship Sheogorath and Azura. A petition online wants to ensure that you will be memed until the end of eternity, doomed to repeat the same cycle of meeting the Nerevarine, just like Dormammu and Doctor Strange. The only difference is you can't make a bargain. Also, you have lost your sponsorship from the Ash Vampires, who no longer want to support your blatant disrespect for the Daedric Princes. So far, only Jyggalag has come to your defense, but no one takes that guy seriously anymore. He doesn't even have a shrine. Also, let this serve as my 2-week notice of resignation. Have a good day.
Wait, how is this possible? I haven't even finished speaking, and the Daedric Princes already banded together to stop me? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. Nerevar, are you hearing this nonsense? Nerevar? Where is everyone? Why is it so dark? Where am I? Can anyone hear me? Wait. No, it can't be. No!
Oh, you watch rather soundly for a viewer. That's good. The Dread Father appreciates your support. Don't worry, Dagoth Ur will be back. But for now, he has been sent to the Void for not ranking Sithis on his tier list. As promised, though, I will narrate a true crime case very soon. The Night Mother asked me to remind you to like, subscribe, and join the Discord server for high-caliber Dagoth memes. Once again, your service to the Dark Brotherhood will be rewarded.